What's going on, you all? Today we're talking about the 10 best shooters for the Quest or Quest 2. The Quest-esque is what we're talking about, Oculus. So let's dive into it. And we're going to be getting some of our sources off of Upload VR. So I'm going to read into it, kind of put some of our insights. I want to see, are these the top 10 games of the summer? Is what they portrayed it to be? Let's take a look. And I definitely want to put some of our insights. So if you like content like this, I just want to say thank you all so much for over 200,000 followers on TikTok and our growing community on Twitch, here on YouTube, and us trying to do things in the near future like Discord and giveaways. So your subscribe, your thumbs up, and coming along with the famo really means the world to us. So let us know what's popping, get involved, and let's get it. All right, we're going to look over it right now. We're going to look over it together. Let's go ahead and look. Upload VR did say top 10 best VR, FPS, and shooter games available on Oculus Quest Summer 2021. This is a brand spanking new article. So let's look at it. Let's read upon it. Let's check it out. So Oculus Quest library is only growing larger and stronger by the day, with a few options available in most genres. For first-person shooter fans, we put together a list of shooters available on Quest. Some of these are going to stay quite faithful to the traditional, while others put on a twist, particularly potent in VR. Okay. So let's look at, number 10, Phantom Covert Ops. Phantom is one of the games on this list. It still gets its technicality. It's more of a stealth game rather than a shooter, but even with that being considered, its FPS mechanics are still more developed than a lot other of entries in the genre. Set over the course on a single night, you infiltrate a hostile facility by kayak and use silenced weapons to sneak through the trenches. Get caught and you can rely on trusty machine gun to get you out of trouble too. So Phantom is polished experience any shooter fan should consider. Okay, so Phantom Cover Ops, I would think so. I mean, it's something I can agree on for sure. As a number 10, let's keep going down this list and see what else we got. Robo Recall, I think that's going to be a great one right there. Number 9, Robo Recall. This was somewhat an unexpected arrival on Quest. The high graphical fidelity of the game meant that a Quest version seemed unlikely. However, while the visuals aren't on par with the PC, the entire core experience remains intact and available and provides Quest players. So Robo Recall is an amazing on-the-rail shooter. So on-the-rail shooter is something that is incredible for entry-level VR people, in my opinion. I think you have to really look into on-the-rail shooters. On-the-rails really put you in that perspective. Anything that you can do on the rails in VR first, so you can limit just that local motion and the motion sickness. Things like this game, Robo Recall, or games like the visual experiences that they offer for free on the Explorer, where you're kind of just standing still and you kind of just look at everything around you and everything just moves around. Usually the best experiences to ease your way into it, the Beat Sabers and more, because when you jump yourself in, you're getting into these types of games, they can move really fast, and this is where people get really motion sickness, because you're still utilizing joysticks at times, and then you're also moving around, and some of them teleport like Hyperdash and more. So let's just keep going around. Larcenauts. I wasn't a huge fan of this. Number 8. I think that's more popular by demand, but I'm not a huge fan of Larcenauts, but of course it's the game that reminds you of basically Overwatch and the heroic game where everybody's teaming up and, describe it as a rough launch. So that's what I think. I think the rough launch kind of just really downplayed a lot, but I think as a number 8, it's still pretty solid. It fought its way back with the immediate updates to fix the Overwatch-inspired shooter's biggest flaws. Now with the manual reload and sprint options included, it's much easier to dial into a fantastic hero shooter gameplay, which I just said, the heroics. Which has been finally balanced to make sure each character plays an important role. Larcenauts takes a bit to really learn, but once you do, you'll find the VR's deepest. And so I think this, let's read the next one too. So Population 1. So that's pretty cool. I like how they did Larcenauts and Population 1 back to back, because to me that's kind of the spiel of what VR kind of is as I guess knockoffs. Rude people are going to say knockoffs. VR enthusiasts like myself are going to be like, oh, that's game changing, which is having an Overwatch type game in VR and then having a Fortnite type game in VR without necessarily taking those brand names and saying VR like Fortnite VR or Overwatch VR. So it's pretty cool. I think Larcenauts, like what I said, is Overwatch, and Population 1 with the success of Fortnite in the Battle Royale genre. Something similar coming to VR is inevitable. Like last year, Population 1 filled that gap in the market. If you're looking for a VR Battle Royale to play with friends, then look no further. This is Population 1. Three-man squad-only shooter follows the same basic premise as Fortnite, complete with basic wall-building systems. So they do have some building mechanics. Climbing, deployable suit, gliding sets, and more. The game has received plenty of post-launch support. So this is kind of like, I'm surprised this is number 7. I'm really surprised that this is number 7, by the way. I mean, whew. This is a dark horse. I love that. But yeah, so 7. I thought, I mean, it does its justice, I think. Contractors is a dark horse. Now, I thought Contractors was Contractors before. Well, let's not mention it again. Let's see if it's on here. Contractors, I love it. It's just your Call of Duty aspect. So with this military theme shooter, lacks in visuals on Quest, it makes up for in performance, content, and gameplay. Similar in pace to a Call of Duty game, Contractors features a wide selection of loadout options and different guns, all with active reloading. There's tremendous freedom and movement as well, if your stomach can handle it. See, is what we're talking about. This is where the local motion really kicks in, like being able to jump, run, sprint, slide around maps. You can also play solo missions, but the real focus is multiplayer, where you'll be able to choose between co-op and competitive PvP. So Contractors is really, I got motion sickness. I am a massive VR enthusiast, guys, and I got massive motion sickness in Contractors because you can do so much. Like right here, it just highlights jump, sprint, slide. Like you can do a lot of stuff. Everything's just real active in the active loading system. Reloading, it's tough. So yeah, number 6, Dark Horse definitely, but that's a good one. Pistol Whip, woo, Pistol Whip, man. Oh man, Pistol Whip. We got to start ourselves a good list here, man. Pistol Whip is incredible. This is the on the rails type shooter, so I like how Robo Recall is in here and Pistol Whip is in here. Just on the rails. This is the way VR should be, where you're stationary but everything else around you is moving. Best entry level game I would say is Pistol Whip, because it just, I don't know, it's just, this is the entry level, not the best FPS game in my opinion, but definitely the best entry level game is Pistol Whip. Music, stationary, on the rails shooter, everything around you just kind of, you just go crazy with it. It's fun. Pistol Whip is a shooter in the traditional sense. You're wielding a gun, but in a way it uses combined shooters and rhythm games, mowing down enemies to the beat of the music. The more in time you are with the track, the higher you score, as well as a comparison. At this point, the game lands somewhere between a Beat Saber and a Superhot. Oh, I love Superhot also, and definitely not in a bad way. The game launched with 10 original track, but since it has added a bunch more, so Pistol Whip, gaming, rhythm gameplay, just music, shooting, I believe would be the best entry level shooting game in my opinion, other than Superhot. Superhot still has a little bit of motion aspects, but it's a lot slow, like the Matrix and stuff. But Pistol Whip is super fresh. Sniper Elite VR. We did talk about this game a lot in our TikTok and in our YouTube channel also here, so make sure you subscribe. VR spinoff of a shooter took a while to materialize, but it was, it was well worth it. So a slower launch also in my opinion. Also, I thought Sniper Elite didn't really get that hype. Breathes a new life into an aging formula of fantastic weapon handling that asks players to manually reload rifles and large levels that have you mixing up stealth and full-on firefights. Though Sniper Elite might be a fairly routine shooter by flat screen standards, it's a full campaign, makes it really good and one of the best VR shooters. So I agree. I think their campaign is actually very incredible. So check that out. Onward, arguably a lot of people love this game. Now, I may have to substitute this with the game. Let's keep going over this list. Onward, stealth, everything. So right here, I'm just gonna read off word for word because everybody kind of knows Onward if you have searched for top games already. And this is a huge argument between the game I'm thinking. So if you're looking for a competitive multiplayer shooter on Oculus Quest, Onward has to be your pick. David dubbed Onward as a definitive military sim FPS. You play 5 versus 5 with an array of weapons and visual fidelity and some custom features, PCR version. And to arrive, it's still easy, one of the best multiplayer VR games on Quest. So yeah, I agree with that. Onward has to be way up there for sure, no question. Just due to its mechanics, its stealth, its tactical aspects, and the blend of games for sure. Walking Dead, Sense and Center. I believe that should be alright. I think Walking Dead could be a number 2. I mean, it's a zombie game. I would consider it more this type than a horror game for sure. I do put it in my horror list at times because it is zombies and there's some maybe a little maybe anxiety aspects that happen at times when you play this game, of course. But graphical price range, don't like it for the price, but I mean, it's a number 2. It's a popular, it's a name, and people love it. It's commercialized, and it's the only game that's kind of really carrying VR right now, other than Beat Saber, which is crazy. I think the top 2 games in the world right now are Beat Saber and Walking Dead, that are just carrying the Oculus Quest right now. I wouldn't say VR, the Oculus Quest right now. So yeah. Survival shooting, overall Saints and Sinners experience, and Skydance is a lot slower though than just your typical horde games. Also, raids on enemy cans and back against the wall zombie shootouts, unlike anything else you'll find on the platform. So yeah, so with pistols and everything. And number 1 is Superhot. That's actually what we just mentioned a little while ago with Pistol Whip. I love this. I mean, obviously I'm gonna add one more game, but here y'all got me. Just wait right quick. Superhot has found itself near the top of so many lists, but for good reason. The game is an innovative take on the FPS genre. While it's fun on any VR platform, the Quest is undoubtedly the best headset to play the game on. The wireless freedom truly unlocks Superhot's full potential. Yup, you can spin, bend, crouch, and get out of sticky situations and scenarios, and just to culminate to make one of the most inventive and unique shooters in VR history. The Matrix is what I call it. This game, you go slow-mo everywhere. You do duck and dodge. You're moving around. You're getting scenarios going in. You can throw bottles this way. You shoot this way. Superhot is incredible. Love Superhot. Now, if I were to just put one more twist to a game, I think I would. Of course, it's not an official game, but along with Onward, I'm probably switching out Onward, and I'm going to go with possibly Pavlov. Just because, although it's a Shack beta, I still think the beta is better than a lot of these games on this list. Pavlov is incredible, and all the mod versions and everything on PC is incredible with all the zombies and more, and they still have that type of version on the Quest. So I think just right there, it gives it a kudos in being a beta. So Pavlov is something I would replace with possibly a lot of these games on here. So Pavlov would be my dark horse, my X Factor, whatever you want to call it. But these games are all very solid for sure. I would agree with a lot of these. These are all in the official Oculus store. Pavlov's AppLab Games. Well, AppLab Games is integrated with everything, so still technically the same. I mean, it's easy to really get. You just search it. You can just go to AppLab, and then you can get it right in the app, send it directly to your headset just like that. I have a full video on it that has tons of views on it. Cheap plug. But yeah, I agree with these good lists, man. Y'all got to let us know if y'all agree with this list. Say what's up to your boy. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. Let's discuss more. Let's keep talking. Like what I said, thank you so much for the followers on TikTok and subscribers on here. It helps us out. It's a free small gesture, and it helps this channel a lot. We get told a lot that this channel is underrated, so please take some consideration and stay up with your boy. I appreciate y'all. Peace.